Hey guys, and welcome to this week's reading vlog. So it is the 1st of May today, and we have decided to do the OWL's readathon because I am a noob and didn't realize this was a thing until it was like halfway over. Yep. So I decided we are going to do round 2, and we're going to participate in May and do it for the exact same amount of days so we can participate in August when there is the newts. So we have printed out all of the things. If you haven't checked out this readathon by the Book Roast, I highly recommend going and checking out her channel. It is such a cool, wonderful thing that she did, and I can't believe that she put in this much time and effort to hand make these like careers and everything. So super cool. And yeah, that is what we're doing for the month of May. So we are of course vlogging and taking you guys along with us. So we each have our topics of requirements, and I went ahead and I just filled out my options for each book, so I knew what my potentials were before I even looked at the careers. But I looked at the careers, and I am going to be going for Cursebreaker, and Trevor is going for Librarian. So mine has 6 OWLs that I need. How many did yours have?
5.
So
easy.
So I have to read 6, and Trevor's reading 5. And I have to go for Ancient Runes, Arithmancy, Charms, Defense Against the Dark Arts, Potions, and Transfiguration.
I've got Ancient Runes, Arithmancy, Defense Against Dark Arts, History of Magic, and Transfiguration.
So my first book that is going to be kicking off this readathon is going to be Sadie, which is our Muggle Studies Book Club pick for April. And our live show is this Saturday, so I'll pop a picture up here what Sadie looks like. And that is going to fit for my Transfigurations, which is sprayed edges or a red cover. And Sadie it's white with a red cover. So what is going to be your first pick for?
Well, I'm only like 15% through Aurora Rising, so that would totally count for Arithmancy. Read a book written by more than one author, because that's Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman.
So you are reading Aurora Rising for your first pick?
Yep.
And I'm reading Sadie, so we are going to just read for the rest of the night and then go to bed, and we will probably check back in with you guys tomorrow. So this is day 1 out of 30, because there's only 30 in April, right? We have to do it for the exact same.
Okay, I was going to say there's 31 days in May.
I'm pretty sure there's only 30 days in April. I don't remember what was yesterday. Yeah. Yep, so 1 out of 30, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, and welcome to day 4 of the OWL readathon, or magical readathon. And I finished Raven King last night. I've been sucking at updating, and I've been not reading a ton. And there's Sherlock. Hello. I've been not reading a ton. I've not been in the mood to read. So I finished Raven King last night. I only had a little over 2 hours left of my audiobook, so I don't know if that counts for anything. I wrote down all of the topics for what books I could fill, so, and there's the cat. You say hi? Can you say happy Star Wars Day? I've been wanting to read things that are not my required subjects to get Cursebreaker, which is annoying. So I finished Raven King. I don't know if this counts or not, but it says next ingredient a sequel. Does that mean that it has to be the second book in the series, or just a sequel? Because I was gonna do graphic novels for it, but if Raven King counts for it, I could use it as that. But I think that's the only one that Raven King could fit. It could also work for Land Animal on the cover for Care of Magical Creatures, but I don't have Care of Magical Creatures required, although who wouldn't want to go to class with Hagrid? So those are my dilemmas. Let me know down below if you would count Raven King, even like I finished it in May, but I didn't start it in May. So does that count or not? I mean, I read most of it in April, but that's what's going on. That's my dilemma for that one. I am also have to finish Sadie tonight because we have our live show, and this is so easy to fly through. Like, so I'm on page 117. It's only like a 300-page book, so I'll definitely be able to finish this today. And I am using this for Transfiguration, sprayed edges, or red cover. So red on the cover, and this one I mainly read in May because I was, I think, a little under 100 pages before May, so I didn't read that much in April. So that's what's going on today. I've got to sit and finish this, but I've been having terrible distractions. I've been so easily distracted, and I just haven't been wanting to read. I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm necessarily in a reading slump. I just haven't been craving it. So that's what's going on today for my audiobook session. So you may or may not know that me and Gabby and I share a library card. We share both of our library cards back and forth. That way we've got better access to more books, because sometimes my library has books that aren't available to her, or we have different wait times. So we both have access to each other's, plus our husbands have access to each other's. So there's 4 of us sharing on the our library app, and someone, I know Trevor didn't download it, so it's either Kevin or Gabby downloaded Stalking Jack the Ripper, and that's finally in on audiobook. So I just found out this morning, and I don't know how I would work that into this. Actually, I don't think, I don't know. I have to reach out to her. I think it might be Kevin reading it then, because I don't think Kevin's participating in the Magical Readathon, but I know Gabby is. So I wonder what she's using for that. Anyway, I'm excited for that because I've never listened to it on audiobook. I've just read it. And you guys know that, like, I love that series. That's like the book that I try to sell at work. So I've got that as an option for my audiobooks. Also, I downloaded Twilight from the library app. It's not one in focus, but Twilight from the library app too, because I was going to do History of Magic with that, and because I need to publish at least 10 years ago. However, I don't need History of Magic for Cursebreaker, but that is one that I've been like wanting to re-listen to ever since the readathon of Dewey's 24-hour readathon. So I've been craving things that are not what my career I chose for. So that's what's going on today. I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm going to try to get some reading done. It is currently, it's 11:04 right now. Hopefully I will check back in with you guys in 2 hours and I'll be able to make progress. So that's what's going on, and I'm going to get to reading Sadie. Quick update, it is now 2 o'clock because I suck at actually coming back and updating you when I say I'm going to. But I have just finished watching an ASMR, or listening to an ASMR room while reading Sadie, and I am now on page, I'm pretty much at 170. I'm at 169. So I'm pretty much at 170. So I've got a good chunk of the way through. It's not very long and it's really easy to read. So I am that far into Sadie. I also had to do like some household stuff. I had to start laundry and whatnot. So I was listening to Twilight while I was doing that, and I'm already on page 69. So pretty much at 70 pages on that as well. So I am gonna go get myself some food because I suck at feeding myself, and it's 2 o'clock and I haven't eaten today. So I'm gonna go out and get some food and probably listen to my audiobook on my way there, and then I'm gonna come back and read some more Sadie. I will say this book is very intense. The subject matter of it and how vivid you feel for the characters, and you feel the situation, and you feel what they've gone through, and it's just done so well. The way that it's written and told, between the different medias, between the podcast and flashing back to Sadie's perspectives, and also the way that it's shown flashbacks of Sadie's life, so we understand like her relationship with people without it being confusing. Like it doesn't ever state that it's a flashback, but like the way that it's told is so vivid that you can tell it's a flashback, and it's so well crafted that I appreciate it, and so it's so good right now. And I'm always in awe of things that are so well crafted, and that's why I particularly really love Carrie Maniscalco's work, because I really appreciate the way that she crafts her art. And same with this book is so well crafted that I'm enjoying it so much. So that is my update for right now, and I'll probably check back with you in a few hours to let you know how far I make it into Sadie, but I will definitely finish it for the live show because it's so good. Another update, it is 4:35 and I've got about 83 pages left, and this book is so intense, and it's like hard to even like put into words how hard to read this book is. But it's if it wasn't as well as executed as it is, I think I wouldn't be able to take it, just because the subject matter is so rough, and I've known someone who's gone through this. So if you are sensitive to things like suicide, attempted suicide, drug use, big overwhelming part that's hard to get through, at least for me, is the sexual assault of a minor and child pornography, and it's so hard to get through, but the story is so good. And like I said, I do know someone who went through that, so I feel like I might be more sensitive to that than just the average person. But I feel like we all know someone who's gone through something that traumatic that it makes it easier to relate to. But it's making me think about that certain person quite a bit, so it's hard to read, but it's so good. So that's where I'm at now, and like I said, I only have 83 pages left, so I'm almost finished. So I'm gonna continue on reading and sitting through it. But I think I'm like always mad at myself for waiting until the last day for the live show to read my book, but especially this now, because the topic is so heavy that it's gonna be rough to finish the book and then try to have my thoughts formulated and formatted in a speakable sense to talk about it. So that's what's going on right now, and I will check back with you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, I thought I would update you. I've got about 15 minutes into the live show, so I'm just putting on a little bit of makeup before the live show, and I just finished Sadie, and it was rough. Let's just start there. It's rough, but in a good way, but also like I don't love the ending, but I think it's still a 5-star read, and it's such a memorable book that I think will stick with me, which says a lot because we obviously read a lot. So to find one that will stick with you throughout all of the different worlds and characters that you meet, that one is going to stick with me. And I don't know if that's because it's so realistic and it's shitty stuff happens, you know, and that's why it's gonna stick with me, is because it's relatable and I know what happens and it's terrible. I don't know if this is like a new thing that thrillers will stick with you more, because they are terrifying and real, you know. I really enjoyed it. I think the writing style was exquisite. The way that it was executed was fantastic. I think that the mix of different medias was perfectly used, because we got to see the different timelines without it flashing back and forth too much and it felt repetitive. It was so well done, and I really liked that we got to see the 2 different timelines with it without it being just flashbacks, and the way that they did flashbacks in the stories from Sadie's perspective to explain her motivations and how she was grown up was so well done that I really appreciated that. All of the characters that we encountered were pretty well fleshed out. Like, even the side characters, like the B-list characters, were fairly fleshed out. I mean, we didn't need too much character depth on, I mean, it's only a 300-page book, so we didn't need too much character depth on all of the characters, but the ones that we interacted with, they all felt very different. Oftentimes when you don't have a character that's fully fleshed out, if they don't get that fleshing out, they feel kind of all the same and interchangeable, and each one felt very different and unique to the story. And I think like it's a testament to the writing style, saying that if you would place Sadie in a different book, you would be able to tell her. I don't know if that made any sense, but she's so unique. Her personality style is so unique. The way that she carries herself, the way that she was written feels so very real that you could place her in another setting and still know that she was who she was and what book she came from, what world she came from. So she wouldn't blend in just with any other character. So I think the character writing was really well done. The places that we visited was also very vivid as well. It just was overall really well done. I know I keep saying that, but it really was. It's such a well-crafted book, and I don't like how it ended, but I feel like it's sticking with the reality of things, is that's how some things end. I don't want to give it away, but if you read it and you know how Sadie ends, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So overall, I mean, it's probably, I'd probably say like 4.75 out of 5 stars because of the ending, but I also think the ending was a different twist too that I wasn't expecting, and that it keeps its believability strong, I guess, because things don't always turn out the way that you want them to turn out. So I really liked it. It's funny that the ending and how well the ending is executed, even if I dislike the ending, makes such a difference, because I also did not like the ending in The Raven King. And I mean, it made a really big impact on it because I didn't like the ending, and that was for a whole series. And I feel like you get a little less tolerance with kind of not doing an ending justice versus a standalone. You get a little more slack because there's just one book. However, like The Raven King, it felt very anticlimactic for me for the very end of 4 books. And Trevor also kind of had that feedback as well, is that he didn't love the ending of Raven King, and that like killed it for him. So I think I ended up rating The Raven King 3.5 out of 5 stars because of the ending and how much I didn't like the ending. At least the ending in Sadie I didn't like, but it made sense for the setting and for the story. And also like for The Raven King, we had been building up that ending for 4 books, and it just kind of petered out. It wasn't good. It just fizzled out. So at least that's my opinion on the story. If you liked it, great, but that's my opinion on the ending. But it's funny how much that the ending really dropped that story for me from a 5 out of 5 stars to 3.5 out of 5 stars, versus the ending only knocked Sadie down probably about 2.5 or 0.25 down. So sorry for the jump cut scene, but that is going to be my like update for Sadie. That is going to be my transfiguration for my slot, and stay tuned for what I'm going to figure out what my next one's going to be, because I'm kind of feeling Twilight. I've been like going through that pretty fast. So that is my quick update, and I will check back in with you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, it is now day 5 of the readathon, and we thought we would update you. So what have you completed so far? So what you're going, I don't know if we've already covered this. You're going for a librarian, right?
Yeah, librarian, yeah. Sounds awesome.
It does sound really cool.
So for that, I need Ancient Runes, Arithmancy, Defense Against Dark Arts, History of Magic, and Transfiguration. So far I've already completed 3 books, only one of which counted.
So what are the books that you were reading?
I finished Halo Mortal Dictata, was the finale to a 3-part Halo series taking place during the events of Halo 3. And then I also finished Halo New Blood and Halo Bad Blood, which takes place during Halo 5. The only one that counted was Bad Blood because it has a red cover, and that counted for Transfiguration. but I am currently reading Crossroads of Twilight by Robert Jordan. It's book 10 of the Wheel of Time series. That'll count for my history of magic because it was published over 10 years ago. I'm also reading Aurora Rising, which will count for Arithmancy, which is written by more than one author, Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman.
I'm super excited. I'm going to start that in 2 days.
I am 27% through. So far, awesome. I've also reserved Uprooted to count as my Ancient Runes retelling book, and I'm still trying to figure out something that starts with an R for Defense Against the Dark Arts. And then just for fun, I'm probably going to try for a blackout and try and find something for everything, because I've already knocked out 3 books and we're 5 days in.
Yeah.
I have a lot more alone time than you do.
A lot of audiobook time. So, what I am currently reading right now is I'm listening to Twilight, which is for his History of Magic, which I don't need for my Cursebreaker, but I'm still listening to that one because I've been wanting to listen to that one. I am also listening to, we are listening to Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, which would be counting for Potions class, which is Next Ingredient sequel. So that one would be for that one. And then I'm going to pick up the newest edition of Runaways. This is volume 3. You guys know I love Runaways, especially the Rainbow Rowell edition as well. So that one is going to be for my Defense Against the Dark Arts, which is Reducto, title that starts with an R. So I am going to be reading Runaways first, and you're doing Aurora Rising?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that is our update, and we will check back in probably in a little bit. Hey guys, and welcome to day 6 in the reading vlog. I just rolled out of bed, so I need to start editing this vlog a little bit, but I wanted to update you from yesterday. So I finished Runaways, that was yesterday, Rainbow Rowell by Rainbow Rowell, volume 3, and I ended up giving this one, I think, a 3 out of 5 stars. There wasn't anything bad about it. It was entertaining. I enjoyed myself, but it wasn't very exciting, and not a lot of stuff happened. So, not the best Runaways volume, but I still enjoyed it, and I got to spend time with characters that I love. So, 3 out of 5 for this one, and that also means that I completed Defense Against the Dark Arts. So, I've got Reducto done. And I was listening to my audiobook last night, so I was listening to Twilight, and I'm pretty much 200 pages into the book now. So that one is actually for a prompt that I don't need, but I'm just wanted to enjoy it. So that one I am listening for History of Magic for Twilight, and it actually is a prompt for the librarian career. So I don't know if you're allowed to double major, but I'm kind of double majoring. At least I'm going to see, because that's, everything else is the same things that I need for our Cursebreaker, but History of Magic. The History of Magic is the only one that was different from mine, but, so I was like, well, I already wanted to read Twilight too, so I may be double majoring in that. So that's what I am currently listening to. And then last night, for some reason, I just wanted to, like, honestly come home and read an adult book, which is very exciting for me, and I don't want to curse myself, but I have felt in the reading slump and I haven't wanted to read, and listening to Twilight is like pushing me back into the enjoyment of reading. And I know Twilight has major issues, but I've been just enjoying listening to it so far, and yeah, I've been really enjoying myself. So it's made me want to pick up other books, which is the whole point of it, is I wanted to enjoy reading and remember why I liked reading. So I was craving an adult book, and I was craving actually one of my favorite books, which is The All You Can Dream Buffet by Barbara O'Neill. This one is a super cute contemporary adult book, and it takes, like, parts of it takes place in Oregon, so we get to see, like, Oregon lilac fields and things like that, and I was just craving reading this, but I have already read this. I haven't read this in a long time, but I've already read this, and I've got so many books on my shelves that I haven't given attention to, so I decided to pick up one that was similar to this, which is the Little Beach Street Bakery. And I didn't get very far into this, yeah, I'm on page 16 because I was just reading it until I fell asleep last night. And so far, this is very down. So far, it's just talking about how they were following their dreams of making a business together, and it went under because advertisement changed completely with the new age of internet and do-it-yourself stuff. So it's kind of sad, and I wanted something fluffy, and even my contemporaries are a little bit grittier, but I wanted something like happy, and this was not happy, at least not yet. But I've heard lots of good things about Jenny Colgan, who is the author. She has a ton of different contemporary books that I've had customers just love. So I've picked this one up long before then, and I just haven't gotten to it. So I'm hoping that this is going to be like a beachside cute bakery shop, but we will see. I think I'm going to continue reading it after I try to edit for a little bit, but I haven't decided if I'm actually going to stick with this. It does say, like, everybody says, like, this is such a sweet, satisfying, heart humor, holiday spirit, cozy delight, like all of these nice fluffy things, and so far not so fluffy. So that's my update for right now. This would also be for my charms prompt, which is age line read an adult work, which I was originally going to listen to Crazy Rich Asians because I tried reading it and there's so many annotations in that one because it has a lot of other languages mixed in there, so it has to be translated for the reader, which I totally get. It makes sense for the story, but it takes you out of it when trying to read it. So especially if I don't read a ton of adult as it is, so I was going to listen to it on audiobook and hoping that would make a difference, but I'm already listening to Twilight, and my library for Crazy Rich Asians is not going to be available for freaking ever. It's like 6 or 9 weeks, which is better than, you know, it had been at like 20 weeks. So I went ahead and put it on hold. Hopefully that shows up faster than it is slating, but so far this is going to be my adult read. If not, I may just go back to the All You Can Dream buffet because this is what I'm really wanting to read, but I'm trying to push myself to read books that are not all rereads this month. So that is the update for today, and I will probably check back in with you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so I said I was going to update you. This is going to be the last clip for this vlog, and I wanted to update you. So I didn't get a chance to read any more physically reading because I had to edit, and that editing took quite a while, so I'm going to make this clip quick. I have been listening to Twilight as I've been getting ready, so I am now on chapter 14. I just got done with the meadow scene and the sparkle scene, and now, so that means I'm on 286. So I am making quick work of this book, and I'm quite enjoying it. So I'm hopefully going to get a good chunk of it listened to tonight. It's saying that I've got a little under 6 hours left of this, but I listened to it at 1.75 speed. So that is going to be my update for this, and it's going to be wrapping up this vlog. So stay tuned because I am jumping in tomorrow for my next vlog. I'm vlogging every day this month, so make sure you stay tuned and let me know what you'd like to see in these vlogs. And that is going to be it for this one. I will talk to you guys tomorrow, but next week for you. So I will see you then. Bye!